and get those questions answered afterwards. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. All right. So, of course, what I'll do is I'll just go to www.streamyard.com. I'm going to log out so you can get the full experience. All right, so when you get to the page, you'll actually come to this page with this lovely little gentleman and lady right there. And you'll just say that you want to create or get started. And you'll type in geared towards for your ministry, whatever it is that's going to be used in this account. Ours is Grace Temple. So after you go through the process of creating your account, you'll just go to login. And what that does is it'll make you authenticated twice. So it sent a six-digit code to my Grace Temple SDA email, and then I'll type that code in. And that lets me get into the system. All right. What's great about StreamYard, a lot of good things about StreamYard, but what I like about it is the setup of it is very, very simple. So when you want to create a broadcast, the only thing that you have to do is just click the Create Broadcast button, click New Broadcast, and if you want to, let me show you here. I have our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our Twitter, and our gaming site all added as accounts that I can broadcast to. If I want to add more accounts, then all I have to do is hit this this plus button and add any channel that I want to add as a broadcast feed to my broadcast. So if I hit a Facebook page here, it'll ask me, do I want to grant permission to the Facebook page? And I'll click that. It'll actually go out here, and any page that I have administrative rights on, it'll show up in this list here. So if I want to add Faith of a Mustard Seed to my broadcast, I'll just click Faith of a Mustard Seed. And do you see how that automatically added it to my list of things that I can broadcast to? So if I click that, and then I type in, please join us. Well, I won't say that. I would say, join us this Wednesday, 7:30. And then down here, I would put additional information that would allow people to get a little bit more information about the broadcast for that weekend. All right. And if I wanted to go live right then, I could. More than likely, you won't be going live at that time. So I'll just say schedule for later. Also, if you want to have a thumbnail, thumbnails are little digital character that you can put up on your videos that allow people to have a visual representation of of what the program is about. So I would just click that and probably do something to that effect. Add that to my deal here. And this will appear as a thumbnail on all of my broadcasts that I'm trying to broadcast to, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, you name it. And then I can select today or any day in the future. And then today is 11 o'clock, so I'll put that at 1 o'clock p.m. today. And as soon as I click create broadcast, it will generate a link and actually put that out on this will actually be on my Facebook page now. It takes a second. So if I go here and go to I don't see that there. Hold on 1 second. Now, if I go down here, Faith of a Mustard Seed is showing that it is going to actually start in 1 minute. No, it was published in 1 minute ago, but it's going to start at 1 o'clock. And you see where I put in join us Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Tune in to watch live. And this actually, of course, can be shared virtually to anyone on Facebook. The same thing happens on, if I had selected YouTube, this would populate on YouTube as well. So it's an easy way for anyone, even if you don't have any computer background or live streaming knowledge, to be able to produce a high quality program for your ministry or your church. The other thing that I love about this is once you enter into the live stream session, allow. So right here, you can actually it's picking up my stuff. You can actually, let me do this real quick. Type in, always, if you're the producer, I always just say producer. I don't put your name in there. And then if I were to, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on 1 second. Right here, you'll see three buttons right here, 3 dots. You can invite, I believe, up to 10 guests into your program. And you can either copy this to a clipboard and send that out as an email, send it in a messenger, or go through, send it as a Google email to anybody that you want to send it to. I won't send that to my pastor because he'll be asking why. But it's very simple to get all of your participants onto your live feed. And unlike Zoom or any of your other meetings that you would normally have where you have multiple people coming in, the video feed, because it's being hosted elsewhere, is a lot sharper and a lot cleaner through StreamYard than Zoom or a lot of your other online streaming applications that you might want to use. So once you have access, give access to all of your participants, you'll log into your system, type in producer, and all of your additional participants will have a little square that you'll be able to view them backstage on. Hold on 1 second. All right. The good thing about this is you can actually put yourself live along with anyone else and talk to them prior to the meeting starting. So in order to do that, you would click your add to stream button on any individual that's backstage. I call them backstage until you bring them live. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? That's going to be a little odd because you're not going to be able to do it right. I was going to send someone a link. You know what, Pastor Ming, I'm going to send you a link.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. All right, so you saw how quickly I was able to send him his information. So he should receive that shortly. I'm going to get back into my system here. And as soon as he clicks on that link, his profile should populate here in the system.
You send it by email or text message?
Email.
Check if you have the right email for me.
Let me make sure.
It's cming@swrdc.org.
Okay. Yes, I think I sent it to the right one.
Try send it in again, Chris. Send it to him.
I'm gonna send it to you too.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Yes, I'm not able to get to my email.
It didn't come through. Okay. We won't worry too much about it if you don't see it. But basically, what it is they'll get a link, and if they're not signed up with the StreamYard service, it'll ask them to do a quick sign up where they just put their email address in and their name, and then they'll be able to sign in to the system. And as soon as they do, it'll verify, just like with Zoom, it'll verify whether or not their mics are working right, their camera's working right, and then their video will populate in this area right here. The StreamYard has set it up so it's almost like a mini switcher, virtual switcher. So you can actually add and remove individuals from the screen based on when they're talking. Instead of just having, a static shot of just the speaker, you could have 2 people up, 3 people up, however many you want to have up at one time. I normally just try to stick to 2 individuals up at any one time so that those individuals can be seen talking to each other on in screen halves. The other thing that I like to do is I'll add and remove individuals. If I have a good idea of how the flow of how they're talking, I'll add and remove them based on when they're talking. So if participant 1 is talking, I'll click on him. And then as soon as I feel a pause coming where I think that someone else, the person that he's talking to is going to start talking, I'll remove that person and click on the other person so that it looks like you have 2 cameras rolling simultaneously. The other thing that really makes your or enhances your program is listed here under brands. So under here, I can actually put in overlays or logos. For instance, I can do an overlay of our Grace Temple SDA Church theme page that we try and put in when things are happening on stage that we don't want our live audience to see. If we're moving furniture or pulpits or what have you, we'll put certain things up in between, what I call them acts. Or if we have a, like if we're doing Sabbath school, we'll put something up for Sabbath school right before it happens. I'll close, unless you have a flyer or digital flyer that's going to take up this whole screen, I would recommend that you remove any of the participants so that it gives you a black screen in the background and you don't have a bunch of extraneous information on either side of your digital flyer. I always try to start out all of our programs with a introductory slide to try and give us a little intro for that particular program. The other thing is I always try and start with a countdown to give people a chance to log on to the system. This is the countdown that I normally use on Wednesday for our Wednesday service. All right. There are two ways that I always try to end a music intro or outro with, and that's making sure that it doesn't just end just the way I did it. So if you don't have access to Adobe Premiere or to VN software, the easiest way to do that is to just lower the volume on your computer. So that, because it's only going to play what it hears. So if I'm here playing it, no one is going to see that on their end. They're only going to see the countdown. And then I'll bring in my next guest. Make sure you click the hide on that so that that goes off first, and then bring in your guest. That gives you a seamless move between your countdown music and your first guest that appears on your program. What else? There are always going to be some issues here and there with, because it's the digital software. I really haven't had too many issues with StreamYard. But just in case, I would always have a standby flyer, because you don't want to play a countdown more than once. So I would put in our live stream will begin shortly, or something like that, or we're having a technical issue slide that says that we'll be right back. We'll be back shortly. That way you don't ever have dead space on your live stream. They do have background music that you can play. You can add your. I would prefer that. I would say that you more than likely want to add your own music, because the stuff that's on here is not stuff that I've ever played to work on that kind of stuff. And I'm going to give you some links for that. So I pull most of the music that I end up putting on anything that goes live at Grace Temple. I usually go to Soundstripe. It has a monthly and a yearly subscription. I believe the yearly subscription is like $150, $150 or something like that. But it has all types of music and sound effects, anything you can think of. Soundstripe has, and I found it very. It's one of my main go-to sites that I use, and once you have once you actually get the pay your fee, you can actually download. All the music is royalty free, so you don't have a problem with. You won't have any issues with Facebook or YouTube silencing portions of your video, and that's a major issue with live streaming now, especially on Facebook. If you're live streaming on Facebook, even if your choir sings something and it doesn't have any variations in the sound from the live recording to you, Facebook will tag it, and they'll block out that portion of your video until you come back and put in a request that says that you are singing live music in person type thing. You have to actually go through a couple of different deals to get your video unblocked on Facebook. YouTube is a little bit more lenient. So that's Soundstripe is a good resource for music for your videos. Let me get out of here. Go back to StreamYard. Okay, VN. Has anybody heard of VN before? I'm sure the young folk have. VN is basically a dumbed down version of Adobe Premiere, and it allows you to import information into your digital slides into it, and also your sound, and do your little tags and things of that nature very quickly. I use this when I don't have time to actually do a full rendering of videos or promotions in Adobe Premiere or Adobe After Effects. So if you're on site, say at your church or an event, you can actually download this software VN on your cell phone and put together a very quick promotional piece that looks professional, that you can upload and have people view on your website. All right, so that's just a quick rundown on VN. I would highly recommend, if you don't have any experience with Adobe Premiere or Adobe After Effects, VN is probably I would say that's probably the easiest way to create some great content for any sort of intros, outros, or short stories, commercials. You could do that very simple in VN. It has all types of presets for moving your videos around, different segments of your video around, and things of that nature. So I would highly recommend you guys going in and looking at that. Last but not least, let's see here. All right, last but not least, I think I went through all of that. On StreamYard, your go live is very important. Because your platforms don't like to be spoofed or have individuals hacking their systems. If you don't go live within probably 45 seconds of your go live, it will reset the system and make you actually push your go live out for 5 or 10 minutes. So your program will not commence as you want it to. It won't start at the time that you need it to if you miss your go live window. So just be aware of that. Close this out and get back to stop sharing the screen. All right, do we have any questions? Oh, I didn't ask if Shannon was on. Shannon, are you on?
Yes, I'm on.
Okay. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to my presentation?
Chris, I need to find Shannon and throw him in there with you real quickly.
Okay.
Shannon, can you turn on your camera if you don't already have it on so I can locate you? What are you there as, Shannon?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now. I was asking if you could turn on your camera so that I could find you.
Oh, give me 1 sec.
I'm scrolling through the chat and I have not seen you yet. And I know we have a couple of questions. Chris, some of them are in the chat. You can take a look at them in the meantime until I try to see if I can find Shannon. There you go. All right. Let me see if I can. Where is it?
I have a question while they're looking for that. On StreamYard, are you using a business account? This is Joey from Baytown.
No, we're not using a business account. I don't believe that they have or designate any sort of or have a designation for business or otherwise. I think it's just a regular account on StreamYard.
Okay, yeah, because I was on a website and it says for business, and then they have pricing. So that I just want to get clarification on that.
Okay,
thank you.
Yeah, I think it's just we just signed up for a year subscription and enrolled with it because Shannon and I are. Shannon is the main guy at Grace Temple for our media, but we share responsibilities on broadcasting events. So both of us are very, very busy with family and church. So a lot of times, in order for us to put on a program, we can't be in one at home or at church to broadcast it. And StreamYard allows us to broadcast from anywhere. Like this past Wednesday, I was at my daughter's volleyball game and I broadcasted from there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and the stream was clean. It was clear. So it really helps out a lot when it comes to, making sure that your programs don't have a hiccup in the process. Matter of fact, I think I broadcast one time driving my son to Tennessee in the car. Hey, you got to make it happen. You got to make it happen. Shannon, Shannon's in it. I want to defer to Shannon on this because I'm sure he was listening in. He's the foremost authority on a lot of this stuff, so I wanted to get him to put some of his information into it. Keep it simple, Shannon, please.
Pretty much what Chris went through you guys was like a very basic way for you to like immediately get started. If you were to try to put something out today, you can go online, not worry about your internet at the church. StreamYard be a very simple way of starting something simple and for free with everything. I wouldn't say for free, but starting very simple without all the other, I guess, advanced items that would come along with that. Once you guys start, I guess, graduating from like StreamYard, you would probably get into stuff like OBS, Wirecast, vMix, all the different softwares and all that. But what he just went over is a very simple step-by-step of how to get you started, like right away, immediately, if you needed to make a broadcast and get something up like right now with just some basic information.
I agree.
All right. Thank you, Chris.